How you doing, everybody? Jonathan here, and in this video we're going to go over another episode of this series, which I still don't have a great name for, so it's really just like 3-on-1 bootcamp trainers. It's myself, it's Danny from AxeFit, and it's my good friend Jono from Fitness Educators Online, talking about things that are going to help you. So I just want to share my space and give different perspectives for you guys so that you can see the most success possible. So in this one, we did an interview 2 weeks ago with Jono's client. We did an interview last week with one of Danny's followers, and then this week we're going to do an interview with one of my followers and a Dumbbells to Dollars student, so that we can go over how he can better build his boot camp. His name is Tori. So I think you're going to find it very helpful. But before I take you there, remember, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, click on the YouTube icon below, because every subscription that I get helps this channel. So let's jump into it right now.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the Bootcamp Blueprint, the place where personal trainers go to grow their bootcamp and social media. I'm super excited because I've got my two experts here. Let's do a quick intro. Who wants to intro first? Jonathan?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. I'm Danielle from AxeFit. Love meeting up here every week, talking to you guys, hanging with you guys. And you can find me on AxeFit on social media, really anywhere, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
What's up, Danielle? What's up, everybody? This is Jonathan Hurdles, aka Jonathan Fit Pro. Of course, happy to be here as well. And impart some knowledge. And if you want to find me, you can just search Jonathan Fit Pro anywhere, and there I'll be.
Awesome. And I'm your host, Jono from Fitness Education Online. And we're super excited because we've got one of Jonathan's students or one of Jonathan's guests on the line, Tori. Yes. Tori, how are you? Do you want to give us a quick 1-minute intro of who you are, where you're from, what do you do?
Sweet. My name's Tori. With Fresh Start Bootcamp. I'm one of Jonathan's students from his Dumbbells to Dollars course. I recommend everyone go get that. Shameless plug right there for Jonathan. But I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, Midwest. Training for a couple years. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Tori_fitness.
Awesome. All right, let's get into it. So if it's your first time listening to this podcast, basically what happens is the student asks the experts whatever questions they want. We answer it within 60 seconds or less. We haven't rehearsed this, so we have no idea how it's going to go. It could either be really good or it could be really bad. Only one way to find out. Tori, what's your first question?
First question. Jonathan kind of already has like a background. I already kind of talked to him a little bit just a while ago about it, but it's just I'm transitioning from outdoor boot camp into indoor boot camp. So I'm just trying to figure out a good way to kind of like market that, let my clients know that like, all right, I'm going from outside to inside. So I'm raising my prices up. Right now I charge $147 a month. I'm going up to $197. And then the location is about like 15 minutes away from my outdoor location right now. So I'm trying to get a good way to let my clients know that like, hey, I'm going inside. It's going to be it's going to be about 15 minutes away. How can I transition to that smoothly for them, or lay that out for them?
Awesome. All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. Timer starts now. I can only jump on this because I did the same transition where I was outdoors in the evening and then I transitioned to indoor in the morning. So when it comes to selling anything, everything to me is always a great idea. Everything is better off making the change forward. So I start to list off the advantages, like we won't have to worry about weather. We're going to be able to do different kinds of exercises. I'll be able to get more equipment for you guys. And so it seems like a no-brainer, like, yeah, of course we're going to go indoors. And because there's going to be so much more service, that's why the prices are going to be a little bit higher. So as long as you frame it as, hey, this is going to be a great idea, I think you're going to have success. There might be drop-off, but there's going to be new people coming in. So don't worry about it.
All right, sweet.
Perfect. Danielle.
All right. So now, are you going to leave your outdoor altogether, or are you going to do both before I start my 6?
So I'm going to leave the outdoor during here in Indy. It's cold, so I won't be able to do the outdoor during the winter month. But I do plan on coming back outdoors towards like April, May when it gets back warm outside. So
Yeah.
it'd be about like 6 months inside, and then I'll come back out for like 4 months.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I'm in Ontario and it's like super hot here, but it gets cold. So we do like 5-6 months outdoors, 5-6 months indoors. And I've done it that way my whole life. Okay, 60 seconds. Boom. Now going indoors and outdoors, there's always like you lose some because some like training outdoors and some like training indoors. If you've never had your people work indoors with you, you got to get them in there because there's like Jonathan said, there's tons of positives. Plus you're going to have like maybe awesome music. You just got to make sure your location is a good location. It's like location. We all know that, so it's in a good area, the parking, there's, maybe there's showers. So like Jonathan said, posting all those positives is a good thing. But then, expect to maybe lose a few people, but I think you'll get a lot more people because who wants to work out in the freezing cold? And then you can still do those like drop outdoor classes and let people know we're still going to do like some unleashed classes outdoors, once a month, even if it's in the snow or the ice or the rain, to kind of keep that badass edge. So you can let them know you're going to still maybe do that if you're interested. But and then one thing about going indoors is make sure you're like treating the staff at your indoor place like gold, because they can make or break your business. So if you treat them like so good, the front desk girls, the managers, then they can help.
And 1 minute. So I agree with both of them there. I've actually always been indoors. When I started running boot camp, I just started in a school right away. And it was awesome because you had like the school hall, which was inside. You had like the outdoor basketball court, which was undercover. You had their rugby fields, which was out on the grass. So I sort of had the best from the start. So I can't really give a suggestion from there. But the best I can do is from the price rates. So I use the same system whenever I increase my prices, and pretty much exactly what Jonathan and Danielle said, which is just push the positives. So it's always the positives, like, hey guys, I'm so excited. I want to have the best boot camp in the area, and to have the best boot camp to the area, we're going to move to this facility and it's awesome and it's going to be so much fun and I'm going to have more equipment and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And also I always like to add something new in there as well when there's a big change. So I'm a big 12-week challenge guy. And I find that's the easiest with my students when they're transitioning from like a cash in hand sort of boot camp to a subscription or a monthly or a 12-week thing, is just pack on the value. So, hey guys, we're going to do this winter challenge. It's going to be awesome. It's a 12-week challenge. It's $50 a week for 12 weeks, and it's going to be indoors, and you're going to get 5 sessions, and I'm going to give you a 12-week home program, and I'm going to give you some basic nutrition guidelines, and I'm going to give you a clean eating recipe ebook, and I'm going to give you a clean eating smoothie and shake ebook, and we're going to join this Facebook group, and in week 2 it's a no sugar challenge, and week 4 it's a walking challenge, and week 6 it's this, and you can keep stacking on the value. So it just sounds like an awesome program. So there are a few tips there. And in terms of transitioning, what I like to do in terms of the notification side of things is I start off with a letter. So I'll write up like a letter, which basically says, hey, we're transitioning and these are the reasons why. So it's all written down there in black and white so you don't forget. Then I'll give that to every participant at the session, and I'll mention, hey guys, at the end of the session, I'm going to give you a letter. Read through that letter. I'm going to make a post on Facebook as well. If you've got any questions, let me know. So that's my take there. All right, next question.
One quick thing. Is there maybe how many clients are you bringing indoors with you?
I have about 5 in my 5:30 a.m. class. I have a lot of people, on the fence saying they're working on it or see how far it is away from their job. But I know I have at least 6 for sure that said that they're coming. So, I thought that's not too bad.
Yeah, no, that's when I changed up to my prices, I grandfathered some of my old school clients. I was like, look, I'm going to grandfather you in. They had been with me for years. I raised my prices and I grandfathered them, and they're still paying that old school price, but they've been with me for 6, 7, 8 years now. And a lot of people pay more. So you can always think about grandfathering them in or knocking off just a little bit. So that's something to think about.
Yeah. Danny, you beat me to it. 2 points on that. Absolutely. Consider grandfathering the rates for the people that you have so that there isn't that much of a drop off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just thinking I was going to keep the clients I already have just at that 147, and then anyone that comes in new, I was going to give them the new price of the 197.
Right.
So.
All right, question 2.
All right, sweet. Kind of like on the back end kind of things is what day-to-day activities do you think I should be doing or that you guys do? Or should I be managing outside of when I'm not training? So what do you guys do outside of your guys' boot camps that help keep your business running, anything like that?
Danny, do you want it or should I go?
Go ahead. Yeah, you go. I'm always first.
So day to day, one of my main things is nutrition. I drive a lot of nutrition. So a way to stay engaged with my clients is making them journal to me through MyFitnessPal, which is a food application. So it keeps them honest. I'm pretty active on my private Facebook page to push the theme of the day. There's always a nutritional theme of the day. So I'm always reminding my clients of that. Outside of that, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm not as good on Instagram as Danny is, but I stay in contact with them by pushing the theme of the day and by checking their journals and making them journal me daily.
Okay.
All right. So I mentioned this last week too, getting out in your community. So I always like try and I'll go on Facebook's awesome. There's so many cool things you can find on there. You can go to your local events, find any event that could have some relation that you could be a part of, doing the warm-ups for the races or events, or getting in schools and churches and just offering. You can spend a lot of money on marketing, or you can spend your time and not make money, but not spend money and get out there. So I mentioned that last week. And if you want to know more, you can message me, Tori. But definitely just getting in your community is important. And then I always try and hit home with my crew. Even people with me 8 years, I'll send them, every day I'm like, okay, I'm going to send 5 messages to people. I'm going to make 5 phone calls, or I'm going to put a letter in the mail today to a client. So doing those little small things are important. And then doing client highlights, being active on your Facebook, Instagram, thinking of fun events to put on with it never ends in this business. And if you're just running your classes and thinking, oh, it's busy now and it's going to stay because I'm so good, then you won't be successful, because there's always those times. So you always got to it's a never ending. There's always something to be doing in our line of work, and it's all fun stuff, and you can make it fun and enjoy it if you do it in a way that is fun. And then your clients are going to like it too, because you're just doing these awesome, cool things. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Awesome. And I'll break it down into 3 things that I like to do. So the first thing is the support. So in terms of support, it's your current clients, right? Similar to what Jonathan and Danny do. The first thing is I check session-wise. So every Sunday I put up a plan. Hey guys, here's the week's plan. Comment what sessions you're going to below. And everyone will comment what sessions they're going to. If someone says they're going to that session and they go, I like that and give them a comment. Hey, well done. Good to see you. If someone says they're going and they didn't go, they then get a tag saying, hey, missed you this morning. Where were you? And then I'll also do some sort of post in that group, whether we're doing one of those challenges, whether it's a motivational thing, something like that. But there's a portion of my day gone into basically supporting my current clients via that Facebook group. Same thing with the text message. My goal is to text every client every week. Doesn't always end up like that, because you know what it's like. You've got the clients that you don't need to text, but that is the goal there. The second thing is then the marketing side of things. So I'll always do something marketing wise, whether it's doing posts on my social media, whether it's sending an email to my list, whether it's doing sales calls. And then the third thing is just thinking. I always just dedicate time to think, because I find if you just sit there and think, hey, what am I going to do to grow my boot camp? Ideas are going to come to you. So they're the 3 things for me.
Nice.
All right. Next question.
All right. Next question is, it's kind of similar to what I kind of asked, but I was asking, what systems did you guys have in place in your guys' business that make sure your guys' business run more efficiently or more system? Like if you give this system to someone else, they can follow it exactly, and you know exactly what results you're going to get from that person. I don't know if that makes sense.
Like you're giving it to another trainer to run your business?
Yeah, so like a back end, like on the back end. So do you guys have a specific script for if when you guys call a new client, or like a specific script or system on cancellations, just things like that? I'm talking more on the back end side of it, not specifically the actual training, if that makes sense.
Who's first?
Go, Jono. You're first, Jono.
Easy. All right, cool. So I think super important question, because I find the more organized I am, the more successful everything else runs. Now, system-wise, I always run a 12-week challenge, because I've got that down to a system. In terms of that 12-week challenge, I plan all this beforehand. So sort of like I was mentioning earlier, week 2, we're going to do the no sugar challenge. Week 4, we're going to do the walking challenge. Week 6, we're going to do the bring a friend week. So I've planned out beforehand what I'm going to do every week for the next 12 weeks. Also in workouts as well. It doesn't have to be super specific, but in terms of I have an idea of what workouts I'm going to do each day. So that's one side of things there. I systemize the workouts. I systemize the challenges. I systemize a bring a friend as well. So week 6 is always bring a friend week. So that way they can sign up for a little 6-week challenge at the back of it as well. I've got a whole system for Bring a Friend Week. It's not just like, hey guys, bring a friend next week if you want to come. I've got it down on how I promote it, what sessions I do, how I call, how I follow up, all that side of things there. Same thing with my whole marketing system. My whole marketing system is basically put out Facebook lead ads to get details, get a phone number, call that person with a certain script. If that person signs up, great. They're in the 12-week challenge. If they don't, I've got their email address so I can follow up by email. I also add them into my community Facebook group to go into there. So that's like, I guess, a broad thing of some of the systems I've got. Each one of those is more systemized still, right? Like I could systemize the phone call, I could systemize the email, I could systemize the Bring a Friend Week. But just from a broad system there, they're the things that I would recommend systemizing. So your 12-week challenge is a system, your Bring a Friend Week is a system, and your marketing is a system.
Whoa, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll touch in. Like you covered pretty much. It is a science, our business, because people think, oh, you just run a boot camp, and there's so much that goes into it, like tons and everything. There's like that science, and there's like, oh, we're both drinking tea. But yeah, you have to really plan ahead. Even music, because if you show up to class and like this list, you just picking the list off Spotify and this and that. Next thing you know, it's this really dirty, nasty song going on, and you can like be super embarrassed, or it goes to really soft music, and then it's like, and the music will kill the vibe of your class because it's like, or it's too loud and they can't hear you, or it's too soft. So music, you got to make sure you're hitting. And then the back end stuff like waiver forms. If you don't have a waiver form, get on that. I give mine to my trainers that like ask, like out in the world, they can go on Axfit. It's at the bottom, and you can pretty much, I put it so that you can copy it and like take your stuff off and add. I make it so it's editable for trainers to take. So I have that. So make sure you have a waiver form, and then your back end on how you're keeping track. I don't use Mindbody or anything. I just have this binder. I'm kind of old school, and it's alphabetical. They go to their section, they find their thing, they sign in for the day. It lasts almost a year the way I have it, if you want to see what that looks like. I don't do the 12-week thing. I just have ongoing classes. I have monthly members. I have 10 packers, and I have drop-in. And then I have yearly members. So I do it that way. But I do run a lot of little challenges that will be 6-week challenges inside my thing. So yeah, there's a lot to look at. I feel like we could have a topic on each one of those.
And there's your time, Danny.
What about you, Jonathan?
There are so many systems. I felt like my brain was going to explode the more that you guys talk. Oh, God. All right. So, Tori, luckily I know that you're a Dumbbells Law student. So in terms of my onboarding system, as soon as somebody fills out the form from the website, then on the first day, they're going to be filling out their waiver, and then they're going to fill out their trial end date agreement, because everybody usually starts with some kind of deal of 30 days of $30. So both of those are on the Sales Strategy 2.0. I'll direct you to the direct module after if you want me to. But essentially, they have to sign the waiver, they have to sign the end date agreement, and then they have to get all the prices, the regular prices, on the first day. So they have the whole 30 days to figure out their budget and make it work. In terms of the billing, I'm the same way as Danny. I run nonstop boot camps. We never take breaks. And so with that, it's either monthly billing, a 3-month cycle, or a 6-month cycle. And once I put you in the Chase payment tech, that's just automated because your card is in the system. How much time do I got left, Jono?
5 seconds.
We need to have another lecture just on systems. Just on systems.
All right. We've got about 3 minutes. Do you want to have one more question there, Tori?
Basically, I guess always, like with any any business, is like client retention. What do you guys use to because it's obviously, like you guys know, it's easier to keep a client than get a new one. So what tricks or tips do you guys have? I know Jonathan's told me in the past, like MyFitnessPal is a way to keep clients retention. What other systems or things that you guys use to keep clients, staying for long periods of time?
All right. Who's up? Jonathan?
I'll go. This is the simple one. This isn't really technical, but it goes without saying that your energy plays such a huge part in retention. Like if you're not bringing it every day, if you start to dial it in just because things are going well at the moment, people will catch wind of that and they'll be like, well, you know what? I could skip this day, or I can skip this month, or I can skip this summer. And before you know it, you don't see anybody anymore. But in addition to your energy, which is huge, I always track everybody's progress. So I do tests every 6 weeks on weight, body fat, and performance progression using the FitPro calculator, which you have access to. So I cancel one class and I do everybody's measurements, and that gives people more motivation based on the results to say, hey, I'm making things happen. I want to keep on going. Or I've been messing up. All right, time to double down, and I'm not going to quit this. So the more that you keep track of things, the better off you are.
Right on the minute.
1 minute. Oh my God.
That was nice. That was smooth.
All right, Danielle.
All right. Yeah. Same thing, like energy, fun, make it hard workouts, go in there. And I said this last week, like you're putting on a production, you're in a band, you're on stage, you got to make them laugh. You got to make them cry. You got to make them sweat. You got to connect, make them feel, tell them you care, ask about their mom, their dog, their family, reach out to them. Running little 6 week, or I run fit tests all the time too, like really hard fit tests. And then in 6 weeks or 4 weeks, or sometimes I do a 10 week, we do it again and they can see their progression. They're like, holy shit, this stuff works. I do like a beep test. That's good. I have an AxFit beep test on my YouTube channel. That one's really good to use. And then, yeah, just keeping it fresh, doing events with your crew, doing some like, barbecues, little fun stuff like that. And then when you're in class, creating that ball of energy, like where you kind of get the other clients to mingle and talk and build connections, not even with you. Like we have a group chat, like text message, and then they have a bunch themselves. I don't know what they say in there. Sometimes I want to be a part of them.
Sometimes you don't want to know.
Yeah, but definitely you got to create those mixed things going on in your class, like get people to know each other, do like group things, partner them up, doing fun like themed boot camps like at Halloween and Christmas. Halloween's coming up, do a Halloween one, get some pumpkins, put them in groups. They got to dress up, they got to get a team name, and then they get to know each other more, and then they're coming not just for you and your workout, but each other. 60 seconds. Come on, I want to hear that. Dude.
Love it. I turned it on. You got a few extra ones, actually. I turned it up because So I'll go on a broader aspect. So I think it comes down. Actually, I better turn my. So I think it comes down to there's two major philosophies that I use. The first one is, I think it comes down to three things. On a broad scale, it's going to come down to three things. Number one is how much your clients like you. Number two is how much they like each other. Number three is how much fun they have at the session. And each one of those, there's a million things you can do in each one of those, right? But if you just bring it down to those three things, all right, what are the things I can do to get my clients to like me more? My biggest tip there is read the book, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Okay, but there's a million things you can do there.
All right.
Awesome. The second thing is how much they like each other, because you can be the most charming person in the world. If they hate each other, they're not coming back. So what can you do to get them to like each other? And then the third thing is fun, because yeah, they might like you. Yeah, they might like each other. But if they're bored as hell, they're not coming back. So that's one thing there. The other thing I recommend is Tony Robbins' 6 Essential Human Needs. I don't have the time to get into it now, but just even Google Tony Robbins' 6 Essential Human Needs. But basically go through those there. And if you can hit, and there's the time there. But hey, that's all we got time for. Anything you guys want to finish off with? Jonathan, anything to finish off with?
You know what? It's a new venture. It's exciting. It'll get hard at times, but you just got to double down, stick with it, see the end goal, and you're going to make it work. You've come a long way from where you first started, and this is just another chapter. So if you bring the same energy and the same intent, you're going to be just as good inside that indoor facility as you was outdoors, if not even better.
Danielle.
Yeah, Tori, have fun. Go with your heart, the fire in you. Don't let anyone bring you down, and just like get excited every single day and go in there and treat it like, this is your baby and you're going to be successful. You can tell you have like that heart in you. There's some light shining off you, and I'm going to follow you now, and I'm excited to see your journey.
Appreciate it. Appreciate that.
Same as the other two. I got no doubts you're going to be successful. You made that jump from a teacher to a boot camp instructor. That's a big step, and you did that successfully. You invest in yourself. You've done Jonathan's Dumbbells to Dollars course, which shows you're interested in furthering yourself. You're here on this podcast, which shows that you're interested. So I have no doubts you'll be successful. So all the best.
Thank you. I wanted to just say real quick thank you to you guys. Taking the time out of your day, help me out. I truly appreciate you guys. I know you guys are just huge on YouTube. Danny, I've seen you before as well. And obviously Jonathan, I watch you on YouTube all the time. So thank you. I appreciate you guys' help. Thank you as well for this platform. And I'm going to put in the work. Put in the work.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
Absolutely.
Have a good night, everyone over there, right?
Yeah.
Afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right, I hope you found this video helpful. As you saw, Tori is actually one of my Dumbbells to Dollars students, and it has helped him to go from being a teacher to getting his first job at his gym to taking it out on the road to getting his own indoor facility where he's able to start his own boot camp. He's really excited about it, and I think that it's clear to say that if you didn't have the mentorship from my Dumbbells to Dollars course, it'd be very hard to see that kind of success. So if you're looking to be more successful, even if you're in the big box gym, if you're looking to just sell better, everything that you need is in my Dumbbells to Dollars course, including CEUs to keep your certification current. So if you've not yet checked out my Dumbbells to Dollars course, all you got to do is go to www.dumbbellstodollars.com and you can learn more about it there. But that's about it. I have another video that I'm going to be uploading on Friday, so I'll see you very soon. As long as you remember to eat healthy, hydrate, drive safe. Stress levels, don't get rest. Don't slap anybody. Love your clients, they love you back. I will see you all tomorrow or the next day, and you have a good one.